Magician Friday.
Da-da-da-da. We got to make our own song. Da-da-da. Yeah, I don't know.
No, we don't want to be
Welcome,
Pinecone.
YouTube. How's it going,
Hello.
everyone?
Hey, my name's Harrison.
And I'm Double MD. Welcome to the
Hey,
third episode of Magician Friday.
hello. Thank you for tuning in on this wonderful Friday. I'm sorry I wasn't here last week. I was super busy just at the Magic Convention. 3 days of awesome magic. If you saw me there, say hi. If you didn't, I'm sorry. It was a freaking awesome convention, and I can't wait till next year. It's the World Championships next year. So, Dan, you got to get over here. You got
One
to.
day,
It's the World Championships.
one day, I'll definitely be able to go there. I'll definitely be able to stream as well from there and cover it. But
So,
but for now, as a college student
for now,
that's stuck and trapped in the U.S., not quite yet.
we will be starting the contest when we reach 5 viewers. That's when the contest will be announced, and the winner will receive one of our awesome products. You can have a choice of what you want, basically. If you subscribe to my email list, you'll have the whole list of questions, but maybe Dan can post them in the comment section.
It seems as though we both have our own little contests running at the same time right now. So why don't we go ahead
Yes,
and
I
tell
need
them
to
a little about these
explain a little bit
contests?
about that. So, my contest, I have 2 playing cards here, and a deck. If you can guess the deck, but I kind of probably already gave it away. So, the deck giveaway is off. But if you send me the deck right now by looking at the back, what can we give them? The Magic Wires Guide? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We'll give you an extract when our newest product comes out, so you'll get a sneak preview of it before anyone else. And we got some cool things in the works, haven't we? So the back design. And the second thing, I have 2 playing cards here. They've been sitting on my desk the entire time. If you can guess either one of these playing cards that I'm looking at right now, you will win one of our prizes. Any prize you want from a selected list. So yeah, that's my contest. And Dan, if you want to explain your contest to those who wasn't paying attention.
All right. Before I begin, though, might I suggest placing those 2 cards in a sealed envelope or some sort of container so we know that those are the same ones throughout the entire stream?
I can pop them under this glass. Hang on. Sorry about the clothes and things. It's a messy setup. Let me just unplug. I can pop them just under this glass here, and they will remain there throughout this entire. Can you see? Yes.
Yes.
Remain there throughout the entire duration, like that. Is that good enough?
Seems good to me.
It's
My
good.
contest is a
Lovely.
little similar. Those of you who follow me on social media, including Snapchat, know that I started my own contest where later on, as per typical format of the stream, I will be reviewing a pack of cards which I placed into this paper bag so you know that the pack of cards I'm going to review is confirmed and I committed to it. If you can guess which pack this is and write that in the chat below, if you win, you're going to get a product from us. We're going to send that to you.
Yes. Also, this eye will be watching everything the entire time to make sure that no one touches that. So they should be safe.
You're keeping an eye on it, aren't you?
I am. You are completely and utterly right, Dan. Which makes a change. Okay, so how many viewers have we got?
So far, we just started. We have 2 people with us.
Hey guys, hey guys. If you'll leave, just say who you are, how you are, and introduce yourself a little bit, and tell me your favorite trick to perform. I'd love to know. And that's the eye. I dropped my eye. Okay, so I'm going to try and display this the entire duration so that you can see that I'm not going to tamper and touch these cards. Also, if you would guess these 2 cards as well, just leave your guesses in the comments section for us. You're limited to 4 guesses each. So yeah, I'm being kind. 4 guesses. Go. We got any comments?
We actually have one person who's saying hi to us.
Hey, who is it?
Stefan, he's back. How are you?
Stefan. Hey, good to see you again. Sorry about last week, as I said when I wasn't here. I've been super busy doing some stuff, and the convention did take up a lot of my time. However, I will be talking to you about some of the things that I saw there and my overall experiences. I'm sure you would all love to know. I would have been filming in the hotel, but there's really bad 3G connection and Wi-Fi there, so I couldn't. So sorry. By the time I did get a connection, the call had already ended. So yeah, sorry about that. But thank you, Stefan. What did Stefan write? He just said hi.
Yeah, just as had us. So hi to you.
Awesome. Hey. Hey there, hey. Um, so yeah, I'm glad that you are enjoying the live stream. As always, if you have any feedback or comments, which there was quite a lot last time, if I recall, just leave them in the comment section. We'll try and take on board what you did. And today, especially, we've got some reviews planned. We've got some more magic content for you because you said that you're sick of hearing my advice, which there's no problem with. And so we've rectified that, and we're going to show you loads and loads and loads of endless card tricks. Not really. We're just going to show you a little.
I don't know if there's a problem with the advice, and I'm sure a lot of people are looking for advice, but they did also want more magic to be shown.
Of
So we're
course,
going to
we don't.
definitely be doing that from this point
Yeah,
on.
we don't want to bore you to death with 4 hours of talking because talking can be boring. Let's face it. That's why people avoid lectures. Because you want to learn. I understand that you're busy people and you've got a lot to learn. You want to learn as much as you can, and you want to learn visually. And talking, it doesn't cut it, and I completely get that. So we will be taking that on board. Have we got any guesses as of yet?
Let's find out.
Roll.
So Stefan is saying Drek and Virtuoso deck. Is
Nope.
this, hold on, is this the guess for my deck that I'm going to be reviewing, or a guess for Harrison?
Yeah, which deck is it? Because mine should be kind of obvious to you from the get-go because it's sort of like let me just pick it up for a second here. Hang on. It's
It's
sort of
probably,
obvious.
I think it's probably guesses for the deck that I'm going to be reviewing because of the fact that
Yeah.
Your card, you're supposed to be guessing your cards, right? The actual faces. For me,
Yeah,
it's
the
the actual.
cards, and if you can guess the back design as well, you're going to get a sneak preview at one of our products when it comes out. Well, before it comes out, basically. Yeah.
All right, sounds cool.
Awesome. How many viewers have we got as of now?
We are at 2.
2.
It's
Come
a
on,
start.
guys! If you just share it, if you just share it with one friend, if we get to 3, we'll show you a card trick. Just one more viewer, because we're trying to increase the viewership because we don't want to just do podcast all on our own, unfortunately. But we do thank you for tuning in, and we do really appreciate it. Did you all enjoy Dan's review of the Prestige deck last week? Because he did go quite in depth with that one. We're just hoping that you enjoyed it. So if you did, just write us below. Also, if you've got any questions at all, as always, just leave them in the comment section and we'll try and answer them the best that we can.
All right. I'm actually considering on doing a follow-up to that Prestige deck review because I've been playing around with them a bit more. I've been performing a bit with them more, and I definitely have more information for those who are curious and actually interested in purchasing the deck for their magical purposes and magical use. So I will definitely be doing a follow-up at some point.
That sounds really good. Sounds really good. Yes. How many viewers have we got?
We're actually up to 3, so we're
3.
slowly increasing. That's good. Yeah.
Cool. So are you going to do a card trick or am I going to do a card trick?
Well, as you probably remember from episode 1, card magic is not exactly where I like to demonstrate myself with and put all my energy into. So I actually am considering doing something other than card magic. Where would you like to see card magic? Is that a request? Because if you guys want to see card magic, then that's cool too.
Yeah. Any comment will do.
Cool. Probably.
What did they say?
What I'm probably gonna do is do a little card magic with the pack that I review. So we're gonna test it to its fullest capabilities if it does well in the card magic test. I think that's a fair way of reviewing the cards.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I am planning to do a deck review, and I'm also going to be reviewing one of my most sought-after effects that I've been performing for quite a while now, that I'm really enjoying. And I have one at the minute which is going straight into my stage show. It's something to do with a box, so if you know what it is, If you know Magic, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I might be doing a review for that in the future. I just don't have enough experience with the product yet. But I will be reviewing a real pipe dream. No, it's a real worker that I've been doing professionally for about a couple of weeks now. I've done it at quite a few gigs. The first couple didn't go too well, but then when I started to get used to it, I started getting good at preparing this thing and making it look like true astonishment. So I cannot wait to show you that, guys. That is coming up later.
Definitely.
Any questions at all?
All right. Okay, so according to the comments, yes, the cards that Stefan was guessing is the deck that I'm going to be reviewing.
Mm-hmm.
It was good performance too. Not sure which performance exactly we're referring to. Show us one you feel good about performing. I believe this is referring to the card effect. So yes, I will be doing any. Okay, so I will be doing Magic throughout the stream, and when we do get to review the cards, I will be doing a card effect with those cards, just so you know. And as of right now, the format for the stream that I'm hoping to go for, and I think is going to work well, is we're going to open up and start by doing a little bit of Magic just to get everybody interested into it. We're going to go into the card review. Maybe we're going to do a effect review because as anybody who's a magician knows that there's so many effects put on the market all the time. Every day there's something new put out there. So being
Every minute.
Is it really? Wow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So being on top of it as much as Harrison and myself are, we have seen a lot. We have looked into a
Awful
lot of
lot
it.
of rubbish.
Yeah, a lot of it is just not
We talk
practical.
about some of it in the Magic Buyer's Guide, but we don't go extremely in depth. We are creating a separate video, and we're hoping to actually talk about some of that today for you guys, just to give you a snippet of our advice, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. Just for you guys who are tuning in for the first time, this podcast normally lasts about 3 hours, sometimes more, but you don't have to tune in for the whole length. We would appreciate those who do, the hardcore fans. We love you guys, but it's always going to be available on live after the stream's finished on demand for free. So you're always welcome to find it that way as well.
Absolutely.
Any
So
more questions?
every week we're going to be reviewing some effect, whether it's new in the market, whether it's got a lot of hype behind it. Our goal with this is to, just give a review so people who are considering purchasing the effect know exactly what they're getting themselves into, because they know our opinion about it, and maybe our opinion is going to be the popular opinion. So if it's good,
Probably
we'll let you
not.
know. If it's not good, we'll let you know.
Definitely, because I've bought too much rubbish in my life to put you in front of that misery of not being able to do a product and have something that you can do. I've bought too many things in the past that just don't
Absolutely.
work, and I don't want that to have to be you. We don't want that to be you. We want to try and save you as much money as possible so you can spend it on other products.
Practicality is very important for us. So we're going to make sure that the effects review are practical. And if
Certainly.
they're not, we'll let you know. After the effects review, maybe we're going to be telling some of the stories that have occurred to us on a weekly basis, because every week, of course, something crazy or magical occurs. So we're going to be telling you a little bit about what's been happening to us, maybe some anecdotes and stuff like that. And after that, I'm actually considering a little tutorial section of the stream, because I have had a few people tell me that they would like to learn something.
We did get some people asking for that sort of stuff last time I was here as well, didn't they? Because they were asking for us to do moves like the pass, the shifts and things, and they were asking for demonstrations of it and mini tutorials. So we have extremely considered that sort of element of it, and we would love to give you advice on that sort of stuff. I'm no expert in terms of sleight of hand, in terms of sleights, in terms of passes, but I can tell you where you can go to get the best possible learning experience that you need. But I'll try my best, and Dan will try our best to try and help you out in any way that we can.
Absolutely. We can, and I think we have the authority to, and we can teach you basic card moves, basic card sleights, basic effects and moves, like the card spring, the card some fans, flourishes, coin moves, coin dribbles. stuff like that we can probably do, and we will try it, of course.
We're probably going to do that as a separate podcast in the future, though, as a separate stream. But if any requests are for snippets today, we'll do some little bits. But today's mainly going to be about trying out the new format, which is going to be the performing, the reviews, and a couple of competitions, the anecdotes, and maybe, if you're lucky, a few sketches.
Oh boy. You're actually going to go there. All right. I'm actually excited
Cooking
for
with
that.
Harrison may make a return. May do.
I see. I see. I'm actually excited about this myself.
Okay, how many viewers have we got as of now?
Let's see. Um,
Come on,
oh,
we can get there.
I don't know if we've been doing something wrong, but we've dropped down to 1, which is interesting. Uh,
Whoops. Um,
hmm. Oh, we have a question.
okay.
Ron asks, have you guys used the gecko gimmick?
No, I haven't. Dan?
Personally, I have not used the gecko gimmick. There was once a point in time where I was very intent on purchasing it. I have spoke to numerous other magicians about it, and they told me that there's another similar gimmick which is better. There's a whole story to that as well, but the point being is I've looked into the gecko gimmick ever since, really in depth. I think you're better off getting alternatives that do the same thing on a better, it's just better. So
Yeah,
look for
yeah.
those better alternatives.
Such as the hidden hand. Definitely don't get that. No, but there are alternatives that will benefit and be better than the gecko. That's coming from me. I've not used it before. I've never purchased one. It's just too expensive for what it is. It's like £40.
Is the gecko 40 pounds?
I think so. It used to be. It might have gone down to 20. Um, don't quote me on that.
Oh, I see.
Have we got any more comments?
Let's see. I'm actually kind of wondering whether or not the advertisement I'm putting on social media about the contest is appearing, because I know Facebook lately has been a bit weird and wacky because it doesn't show everything that all your friends post. So I know a lot of my friends post stuff all the time, and I never see it. Then I
First
wonder, have they
YouTube,
been live on
now
Facebook?
Facebook. First
Oh,
YouTube,
YouTube does
now
the same.
Facebook. Yeah, they do. With subscribers. It's like subscribers just disappear and you don't see subscription feeds from them. So now you have to like apply for notifications to get the newest videos.
Oh, wow, that's weird. Interesting.
Any guesses on the cards at all? Any
What?
guesses at all? At all? Just let me know, guys.
Hmm. Well, on social media, there's been no comments or anything of that sort.
No?
So
That's weird.
I don't know,
How many views
but
have we got? Have we increased at all?
we're at 2.
Okay, let's get to 4 then. If we can get to 4, we'll start. Because 5 might be one too many. Just share it with like one friend and you'll be helping out. Or share it on your social media feed. We'd really appreciate it, guys, because we want to show you this awesome content and start the show. We're just trying to reach a milestone of our own right here.
Absolutely. I can imagine one day.
And if you're not happy about this, you don't want us to try and increase our knowledge and try and like get bigger so that we can afford bigger budgets and things and deliver you more content. Just say and we'll start as soon as possible. If you don't want us to try and beg to get more people to watch, just let us know and we'll start. Because we don't want to, come across only one more viewer till this special sale starts. No, we don't want any of that. We're just trying to, get this as much interactive, make it as interactive as we can. And for that, we do need some more people.
I can imagine in the near future when we're getting 100 plus people watching every single stream, we're going to be looking back on this day. Hey, remember when we were struggling with 2 viewers? Goals.
I felt the same way when I looked at one of your old videos and seeing it's got 3,000 views. And I'm thinking, which 3,000 people tuned into that if it wasn't me 10 times?
Oh, so that's how you did it.
Precisely. Okay.
So for the people that are actually watching this after the stream has occurred and they're currently watching the YouTube version, maybe we should start with some updates on how our week has been and some anecdotes on what we've been through, just so they can keep them entertained for the time being before people actually show up in real time.
Definitely, because we don't want to just like be saying 3 subscribers left, 3 more views, 3 more views. No, we want to try and offer you content.
Cool. So I don't know about you, but there's an effect that I've been recently performing, one that I actually like a lot. It's basically an effect where your shoes tie themselves. And I went through the process of perfecting it, getting it right, and getting it good. So I walk into college, since that's where I test most of my stuff, and I'm ready to perform the self-tying shoelaces to as many people as I can. The way I typically do it is I would walk up to them with my shoes untied, and I would wait for them to notice it. I'd wait for them to tell me, hey, dude, your shoes are untied. Take a look. And I'd be like, okay, oh, you know how to fix this situation? And I'd go into the routine, shake my foot, the shoes tie themselves. This one time, though, I came up to a group of people, came up to a friend of mine, and he looks down at my feet in the middle of the conversation. I pretend like I look down with him for the first time. He looks at me, goes, can you tie those without touching it? You're a magician, aren't you? Can you tie those without touching it? Perfect setup. I looked him in the eye. I go, are you challenging me? He says, yeah, I've seen it on TV. I've seen it's possible. Can you tie your shoes without touching them? Because I've seen people on TV do it. I want to see you do it too. I go, okay, let me try. I go right into the routine, tie my shoes in front of all the people standing there. He gives me a handshake. He walks out the room. I wish he had a better reaction. I wish I knew what his reaction was. Maybe he was reacting after he left the room, but that felt good. It didn't get better than that. That was the perfect, ideal setup. It was great. It was great. I loved it.
There's one problem with that in the UK. Dynamo, if you know who he is, has just released a new magic set. And inside his magic set, he has included the self-tying shoelace trick, which means hundreds, if not thousands, of children from the UK are now going to be performing the self-tying shoelace, which makes it extremely likely that children are going to say, or even kids that have bought the set, or teenagers are saying, yeah, I can do that. I got it in a magic set. Which makes it seem like I am not a real magician. I've just took it from the magic set. I'm no different from them. And that's going to be the real problem that we're facing in the UK. And this isn't just one effect. He's done this with the WoW gimmick, if you know what that is. He's included one of those in it. He's included many magic props that, we use professionally in this magic kit. And it's good and it's bad in some ways. Because now they know the secrets and they're going to be pointing us out on it more than ever. And these sets are available in the US.
I'm guessing online. You're seeing them online and stuff. Interesting. See, I didn't get my stuff from Magic Kit. I kind of formed the concept, the idea, the performance on my own. So I don't know, maybe it's a completely different effect. Maybe the name is the same, but the effect in itself is not the self-tying shoelace that I do.
It is. So, yeah, they included the self-tying shoelace gimmick in the kit. It teaches you how to do it, and on the DVD, it explains how to do it.
That's interesting, I guess. So what about you? Anything interesting this week occurred with you?
Not as much this week, but last week, there's lots of stories that I can tell you. One was the absolutely amazing stage shows that I saw every night. The gala shows were fantastic. Some of the performers were phenomenal. One of the highlights was seeing Jeff McBride perform. He was absolutely astonishing. Just the movements and the way he routined it. and I was fortunate to be part of the Magic and Mystery School. Amazing. If you've not checked out Jeff's podcast, it's every Monday, and it's like ours, it's live, and it's just fantastic. It's just a nice watch. But one of the funniest things for me was Beat the Wand, which is a unofficial event that happens in the Winter Gardens in the evenings after the shows, where performers go on stage, and the watchers, the audience, are given giant wands, and if the audience have 5 wands in the air, the performer has to come off stage to sad music. And it was fun to watch performers last, how long they would last. And there was one guy that came on. I actually met him afterwards and congratulated him. He didn't have the best voice. It was quite an annoying voice, and that sort of put him down. But he managed to keep the audience on his side. And imagine a room full of drunk people out there to bully the hell out of the person on stage. Imagine that right now. Imagine you were in that situation. What would you do? You'd be running for the exit, wouldn't you? Well, this guy stuck on stage, tried his best. He did well. And there's quite a lot of performers about this. And this just taught me a couple of things. It taught me that, you know, maybe I should do this one time and just see how long I can endure. Challenge yourself, do it every year and try and endure more and more until you're actually good enough where you're not going to be kicked off the stage. Because the first guy who came on, you would have loved him. You would have absolutely loved him. He came on, he were making sex jokes and things. He came out with a certain prop and said that this is what he has in his house, and it was a bottle-shaped device. He made some jokes about it, and he got a chainsaw and started waving it around, putting it against his arm. And then he took what I believe was, what did he take? He put something up his nose. Can't remember what it was. He had a chainsaw and he was doing stuff with that. He was doing a lot of geek magic, and he came on in a blooded suit jacket. It was like a surgeon's jacket. It had blood all over it and everything. And he was doing this really twisted, bizarre magic, and it was just too bizarre for even me. And he got voted off in like a minute. Because the rules are, you're allowed up to a minute on stage, okay? If you stay on for more than 3 minutes without being voted off, then you get to do your entire act. This guy got 5 wands and had to go off the stage. And I'd seen this guy throughout the convention, and he, even people commented to me, that guy looks like a freak. And I thought, well, I wouldn't judge, people have tattoos, people choose to look that way. And I saw him throughout the convention for a while. I sat next to him in a couple of lectures. He seemed like a nice guy. But then I saw this different personality to him altogether. And this sort of made me think, no, you can't judge a book by its cover, because you never know what type of person they are. You don't know if they're just a normal person, or, they're just putting up an act to appear different. And I feel that's with you sometimes, you seem like a dancer, and then you see your performances, and people get freaked out over it. They get twisted, a little bit bizarre over the creepy, disturbing personality that you have. Yeah, that just says it all right there. The convention was good. Unfortunately, there's no filming inside the convention, so I couldn't film any footage for you. Otherwise, I would have filmed all sorts. One of the highlights from the dealer's hall was a watch that you put on your wrist, and there's a very secret button, and you can produce smoke at fingertips. Just like that. And you can produce smoke. And I had a go at it, and it was amazing. The only problem, it doesn't function as a watch. If it functioned as a watch, I would have had it. It was £300, would have had it. But because it didn't function as a watch, that put me off a little bit. Penguin also had another smoke device, which I believe has just been released on their site.
That's interesting. Harrison seems to have vanished magically. Probably a little technical difficulty. I will attempt to bring him back in. I'm actually curious about his shenanigans at the Magic Convention. I'm hoping to hear a bit more, so let's try to get him back in. I'm going to make a prediction here. I'm going to guess either his device is dead, or it was a bit of a Wi-Fi problem. That's probably what's happened. Probably. In the meantime, let's take a look and see if anybody has left any comments. Will you guys have other magicians on the podcast? Is asked by Stefan. No offense, UK. Yeah, we actually intend to have other people to as guest appearances on this stream. We really intend to do so. Eventually, hoping we can get more famous and well-known magicians to join us and to, talk a little about how they got to where they are and just in general have a discussion just like we do on a weekly basis. That's our goal. That's where we plan to be. That's where we intend to get to. And I'm hoping that soon we will end up getting there. In the meantime, let's see. No new comments. And I wonder where Harrison has gone. Doesn't seem to be responding via other means. Probably either getting the Wi-Fi back on track or charging a device. So in the meantime, let's talk about one of the interesting things that I've been through in the past. So when I was in high school, I was performing as usual to a group of people. I always tried to perform to as many people as possible and as many different people as possible in the cafeteria of high school. The group that I was performing to one day was actually mind blown and was amazed. And it was really interesting. One of the cool things I like about performing to a group of people and performing to as many different people as possible is that you get to see different kinds of people. You get to see how different people react, different kinds of reactions that you get, the different kinds of personalities that exist out there. And when you're in a high school in the US, the US in itself is just a combination of different people from all over the world. High school as well, you see a combination of everyone, just like you'd see anywhere else in the US, especially in New York, where I'm from. There's one particular group of people that were primarily men that were watching me do magic. And I remember very clearly that the effect that I was doing was a simple rubber band effect. I think it was Crazy Man's handcuffs. I believe so. I believe it was Crazy Man's handcuffs. For those that don't know, it's simply the effect where you have a rubber band placed between the pointer and the thumb of both hands, like so. They're interlinked, just like this, and you're completely locked inside. And you can't get through because, of course, the band is incapable of passing through the band. Of course, it cannot pass through the pointer finger and it cannot pass through the thumb. You're essentially locked in no matter how you look at it, because the only way that you can get it through is to somehow melt the band right through. And I believe it was this effect that just startled them, blew their mind. And at one point, they started begging me to teach them how to do it. They started begging me to instruct them and give them tutorials how to perform this magic.
I'm
And
so sorry
so,
about that, guys. My iPad just glitched out. I don't know why. It just died, even though it's charging right now. Weird.
that's fine. Welcome back, though. Nice to have you back.
Hey, thanks. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, Mystery Smoke, I believe it's called, just was released by Penguin quite recently. And it's a new smoke device that can be done sleeveless without any extras on. So it is cool, and I think it is better than a certain double S product.
Of course.
I think it's more practical. But it was £270, and that was just way too much for a smoke device for me. When I can get the watch for 300.
Would it be possible to place your real watch on top of their watch and just wear double layered watch so you have a gimmick concealed underneath an actual ungimmicked product?
I think vapor would work, and you could have that whisk. You could have it under your watch. That could possibly work. That might work actually. But the only problem is you'd see the wire. The watch that I saw is all self-contained. It's all inside of the watch. There's no extras. There's no wire going. There's no pump or anything. It's all done with the watch. It's all self-contained. And that's why I liked it. But the £300 price tag did put me off slightly, but when I found out it's not a functioning watch, that was the deal breaker for me.
I see. I definitely do want to hear a lot about that convention you were at, and I definitely want to hear all about what you were experiencing, what you had seen. One of the things I was actually mentioning during that little time that we had when you had a little technical difficulty was the time I was performing in high school, how I was performing Crazy Man's Handcuffs to a group of people of a certain...
For those of you who don't know, it's a rubber band effect.
Yeah, I demonstrated actually in front of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
That's good.
that's cool. That's good. And
Marvelous.
this particular ethnic background group started reacting to this effect, and they were actually mind blown. And it was a bit of a stronger reaction than I had normally seen to Crazy Man's Handcuffs. The point is that they eventually wanted me to teach them how to do the effect. And this one guy in particular, he starts giving me offers. He starts asking me questions, like he's going to offer me things if I taught him. He goes, "Do you want money? Would you like a car? How do you like cars? Brand new cars. Good cars." And I'm looking at this guy. I'm in high school. We're all kids. We're like 14 years old. I'm looking at this other 14-year-old kid that's next to me. He's offering me a car for me to teach him how to do magic. I mean, that's, I don't know, a little odd to me.
I just don't think he'd deliver on the car.
It's just a funny concept to me. How we're in high school. We're kids in high school, and some guy is offering me a car to teach him magic.
People have offered other favors for magic, but I always decline for them to teach me how that trick is done. No. And that annoys me. Why won't they just buy the DVD?
That actually brings me into a question I'd like to ask you. What is the craziest, I guess, offer or craziest way that a spectator had asked you to teach them magic? Because I'm sure you get it all the time. We all get it all the time. Oh, can you teach me how to do that?
I kind of explained roughly, but I don't want to go into specific detail in case younger ears are listening. But I've kind of hinted at what they have offered me. But in other SFWs, I think that is. Yeah, SFW. Basically, people have offered me money. They've offered me animals, like cats, dogs. They've offered to buy me magic. I've had that quite a lot. They've offered experience, work, which they never deliver on. They offer quite a lot of different things, to be honest. You know, it varies on the person. Some people say, "I'll be a friend." No. Pay or go away.
That's not real friendship. If they're only your friend if you teach them something.
Yeah.
That's not a real friend.
I'll feature you on my Snapchat. I'll make a Facebook post about you. And what? Now people have asked me, why don't you produce a magic club at your college? One, there'll be more competition in my area for magic. Two, I'll be giving away my secrets for free. I just can't deal with that, you know. It's not that I don't want to give my secrets away for free, but with people who are new to magic, you'll find that they don't want to invest the time and the energy, and that monetary figure will just, it's proven that money increases people's value on something, which will mean that they're going to work harder at it. And I don't think there's enough interest to people to want to learn magic. I've only found one other magician in my college, and he mainly uses it to get girls, and that's about it. But he doesn't exactly get the nicest girls with what he wants. So it's just a crutch to him, really. Where magic should be its own thing. You know, you shouldn't have to rely on magic to get that sort of thing or do something else or just solely for that purpose. You should be doing it because you enjoy it and because you are entertaining. I've actually I met someone, it was funny, I was at college. I don't know if I told this story already, but I met someone who flourishes, but he doesn't know any magic. And I've come across quite a few breeds of these flourishers who don't know anything. So I just do a simple colour change and he flips out like crazy. And I'm thinking, how do you not know that when you can do Sybil? How? It just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, back to the convention. So, first off, if you've ever been in the dealer's hall at Blackpool, you know it's immersive. The first time you go in, it's like, where do you start? You know, you walk through the convention, you think you've seen everything, and then you stumble across this one little stall that you missed out. And this is what happened. I went up to this stall and I saw signed card in nose, right? So the guy, I'm going to show you what I mean. He went away for about 20 minutes and then he came back. At the pack of cards, he had me take a card, he had me look at it, had me sign it. He then ate the card, swallowed it, and then I started seeing something in his nose, and there was a playing card in there. So he gave me some, little, what do they call it again?
Tweezers.
Tweezers, and I started to pull it, and I'm not normally a big thing about geek magic, but the sort of thing that I had to pull this thing out of his nose. No, I think first he said, slap me. Like, he said, grab the card invisibly, and I'm like, punch him in the face. So I go, and he said, properly. So I'm like, I hurt him by the looks of it or whatever. And then I see the card, and I start to pull it out, and there's blood along the card. Actually, blood is like got paper cuts. So I'm pulling it out, and it's my signed card.
And you said there's blood on the card as you were pulling it out?
There was blood on the card from what I assume is a paper cut.
Was there blood coming out of his nose after you pulled the card out?
No. I don't recall so. But the blood did add something to it,
That's cool. Sounds like my type of magic,
next
actually.
2 days, he just creepily stared at me. Are you gonna buy it? Are you gonna buy it? Are you gonna buy it? So then I purposely walked around certain areas to avoid that particular stall. Afraid of thee. Are you gonna buy it? Or did you make me suffer for nothing? But yeah, that was one of the highlights for me of the convention. I saw quite a lot of magic, and it does sort of wear you down after a while, so it's time to, chill, go and eat somewhere. Or go somewhere where there aren't loads of magicians, so you can perform to the public. Because performing to other magicians isn't the same performing to the public, let's be honest.
It becomes a competition.
That's what I mean. And that's why it's difficult. How many viewers have we got at the moment, by the way? Just as of now?
It's currently 1. It's interesting. I've been getting a lot of people saying that the timing is not as optimal as they'd like it to be.
Should we do it earlier?
I was actually considering pushing it to a weekend.
8 o'clock or something? Pardon?
I was actually considering pushing it to a weekend.
Magician Saturday, yeah. So there's no one watching right now. Just us.
No, I believe there's definitely somebody watching. Whoever it is that is watching, let us know. Say hi in the comments below.
God bless you, son. No. But yeah, so the convention was a real good fun time for me. It was really good. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Saw some amazing lectures. Jay Sankey's lecture was not full of great magic, but his personality made up for it. He was a very entertaining person. A very, very good, talented magician. I didn't go to Shin Lim's lecture. I avoided it. But I did meet Shin Lim and I saw his performance, and he got a standing ovation from an entire room of magicians. So that must mean something.
He's a very sleight of hand
Yes.
and angle sensitive, loving magician.
Yes. Luckily, I was at the bad angle, just to the side of him. So I kind of saw a little bit too much, and I saw how he even did the infamous the card changing in the plastic bag. Very clever. I'm not going to reveal it here because it's not my job to do. But he didn't even use SSS in his performance. He didn't. The only thing he did was the smoke out of his mouth. He didn't do the SSS with the mat. He didn't have the smoke appearing in the glass or anything. It must be too difficult to travel with. No, no practical jokes. No whoopee cushions. No nothing. This is a shame.
I mean, talk about impracticability. Impractical.
Is impracticability a word?
I don't know. I'm wondering. Okay, we just invented it. We invented a word. Not practical means
Dictionary.
impracticability. So update it, Webster's. It's so not practical that and this is the guy that does everything that's not practical. Even SSS is not performed. So I guess there's a beginning to a review for our for our stream. I guess we're already kind of reviewing SSS right off the bat.
By Lynchum. Yes. SSS, he didn't perform it in his show. He wasn't demming it at his stand. It's just, no. You don't do that. And if he was releasing SSS, why couldn't he, instead of creating an entire new DVD, offer existing customers access to the DVD? Instead of making them pay double to get the DVD. That's good.
I was going to say, but hey, why not just make a second DVD and call it 2015 instead of... Because you changed one prop. One prop changes. So let's make it...
He deleted the Amazon shopping tutorial, I believe. You don't learn how to shop on Amazon anymore. Or buy a Surface tablet. Yeah, I don't know how I buy e-cigarettes online now. So, there is that. But another feature that we thought of doing is something with magic trailers. I don't want to go into detail and someone steals our idea before it happened. Not naming any names, Mr. Lim. But yeah, we've got an idea in the works which we might debut in a couple of streams' time. So stay tuned for that. I've been working entirely hard on this new project, this new format of magic trailers. Have we got any questions at all?
Just check, not really.
Show them a
I'm excited.
Dan. Show them a trick. Do a trick for us.
Well, you want me to roll over or play dead? Perhaps fetch. Should I do one of those?
Sit.
Oh, sit. Well, I'm kind of already doing that, so...
Lie down.
Ta-da!
Lie down.
Lie down.
Beg.
Oh, boy.
Beg.
Oh, boy. That's exactly what the stream wants to see, yeah. Totally what they want to see, yeah.
Why don't you ask
increase our views?
Do you want to see Dan beg? Vote yes in the comments right now. Funny if we actually get a yes. I should type it out.
Oh, yeah, you're going to type it out.
Y-E-S. Not really. But yeah, show us something astonishing or disturbing.
Thank you for adding the disturbing category as an option. That's cool.
Just can you hear the background music that's happening right now?
I do not.
Good, because High School Musical's playing. I'm being forced by this torture right now.
I'm guessing a family member must be watching High School Musical.
A family member and her friend who, as Kirsten puts, is sleeping over, which I don't think is the right way to address it.
That's quite the interesting information.
Yes. They're both girls as well, so it's not like a guy.
Okay, moving on. So, I think we can move on to a card effect. And in order to do that, we're going to put a particular pack of cards to a test by doing a little effect. And so, the cards that I'm going to be testing, which in the bag, by the way, before I open it.
Anyone guessed it?
That's what I was about to say. Let's check. There are two places where people can guess where, or rather, what cards I'm going to be reviewing. One place is in the comment section here. And Stefan did make two guesses. He guessed
What did he guess?
He guessed Dragonback deck and Virtuoso deck. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I think it's Virtuoso.
You are. Yes, it is Virtuoso, and it is not the Virtuoso. Obviously, it's a bicycle standard.
Is that your guess?
Could be
You're also guessing, Harrison.
No, I'm not guessing. It could be the mystery deck.
I'm actually curious. What is your guess? I'd like you to guess, actually. What do you think it is?
Guess? I think it is the new I can't remember the name of it. Shinlim deck. Yeah, it just came out with a new one.
And you believe that his of all decks is the one I'm going to be reviewing?
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Maybe in a future episode, in a very, very distant future. So right before we actually open it, let's actually check the Snapchat and social media, see if anybody
had... You not put it on the Tinstagram?
I actually have not. Perhaps I should have. And no one... Yeah, no one's guessing on here. It doesn't seem like. How many people have actually seen it?
Stopped.
Well, 6 people have seen it. No one's taken a guess. Oh well.
Facebook.
What a truth. I just checked Facebook. So, the cards that we will be reviewing is...
It's a shame to see that Joel's not here this time.
What was that?
It's a shame that Joel's not here this time.
Let's see. Say no, there's no switches involved.
Dun, dun, dun.
It is, in fact, the Dragonback. So I guess Stefan must be really working on his mentalism.
What did you tell
He got it right. He guessed it.
What did he guess it?
He guessed it. That was his first guess. Dragonbacks and Virtuoso. So he guessed it. He guessed Dragonbacks, which is...
Congrats.
That's cool. Congrats to you.
So what do you want, man? What product would you like?
So any products that we, the Delusionists, have released, you get to pick. We'll send it to you.
You can have Become a Magician. You can have Become a Magician. Or you can have Become a Magician.
Oh, we recommend Become a Magician. It's great for those who are starting out and those who are into magic. We also have Inside the Mind of Magic Man Dan, and I believe have we released Inside the Mind of Harrison Houghton yet?
No, it's not been released just yet.
Not yet.
It's still in the process of being edited. I think Inside the Mind of Magic Man Dan is ready, but I don't think we have officially released it. I think it's under pre-order at the minute. So we need to just finalize some editing for that, and then we'll get it to you as soon as possible. Or you can have Become a Magician in your inbox right now. Yeah, basically. We're also working on Volume 2, so you can have that before it debuts as well if you like. You can also have a private Skype session with us, so you can talk with us for, an hour, and we can chill after this podcast or another day. We can talk real, stuff, answer your questions, and just have a proper conversation where we get to know you, and maybe even you can be on the next podcast. Or you can be on the next podcast, or you can be on this podcast right now. So your options are Become a Magician, now available. Inside the Mind of Magic Man Dan, when it's finished. Become a Magician Volume 2 when it's finished. Live Skype chat with us for an hour. Be on the next episode or this episode of Magician Friday. Any other prizes we forgot? You can have Inside the Mind of Harrison Horton if you want, but it's not going to be ready for a long, long time. It's still in the works. Because we've not finished editing it yet. I ramble on a little bit. I just know it isn't safe for work. So yes, Stefan, can you leave your comment below on which prize you would like, and we will get it to you as soon as we can.
Perhaps we should have him contact us, or we contact him via other means.
Do you want to contact him via private message and then just find out what he wants?
Definitely, I'll be sure to do that.
So that I know and I can get it ready for him. Absolutely,
we'll get on to doing that. So, why did I choose Dragonbacks today? Dragonbacks are, typically a more well-known pack of cards of the different unique ones. This is not as rare as some of the others, and a lot of people tend to like them. So what I did was I went out, got myself a pair, and decided to try them out. So let's get into the very beginning, the box itself. The box is a standard paper, regular box. Nothing interesting or surprising there. That's what the back design looks like, by the way. I hope the glare isn't... Yeah, okay, so that kind of fixes it. So I'm pretty sure that's a great view of the back design. You can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's pretty clear.
Front looks cool as well. It's a very nice picture up front. So let's get into the cards themselves. Now, no reveals, by the way, on the tabs. Standard tabs. Bottom is the standard bottom. And the sides are just the regular sides you would expect with the air cushion finish and who they're made by. Pulling out the cards themselves, we get standard paper bicycle cards. Now, what's interesting about this deck is I believe it's different with red and blue. But if you notice, the red cards are blue. Everywhere where there should be red is actually blue. And I believe the court cards do the same thing. Yes, they do, actually. The court cards, wherever there's red, there's blue instead. And of course, the black pips remain as black. So I really think there's absolutely no red anywhere on any of these packs, any of these cards, rather. The closest thing you have to red is that little orange. So if you like a little color scheme on your pack, this is the pack to go with. This is it. This is for you. The fanning, of course, is just like Bicycle. It's great. It's reliable, standard. Great fan, great spread. In fact, let's move the camera angle down a little bit, just like so. We'll leave the box right about there. Spreads perfectly fine. Feels great. And we can test how well these cards do with a bit of... okay, so they're a bit new, a little bit stiff. Let's move the camera a bit. Better angle.
Nail.
Ah, yes, hashtag nail. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. Let's see. What can we perform? I believe the simple things are sometimes underrated. So let's try a little bit of a story. Oh, by the way, for those that are wondering, this is what the Joker looks like. I don't think I showed off the Joker yet. So let's try a little something that I haven't done in quite a while. And now that I think about it, I'm beginning to wonder why exactly I haven't performed it. So we're going to tell a little story. And this story involves a bunch of cards to represent the different aspects, as well as, well, here's the story. Essentially, there were two kings. Each one owned a castle, and one day there was a sleepover. Sounds familiar, Harrison? So
So
there's a
familiar.
sleepover where one king came over to the other king's castle. And now
Oh,
here's the situation. He brought his kids, and it just so happened that
oh
each
my
king
God.
had four children. Uh, Harrison, let's keep our mind out of the gutter here. So essentially, there were naturally only four bedrooms for the children in each castle. But because that each king had four children, and now they're in the same castle for the sleepover, there's 8 children to deal with, but only 4 rooms to place them in.
I
So
remember
here's the
this.
setup and the scheme in which the king decided to fix the problem. In the first room, he decided to place 2 boys in that room. In the next room, he decided to place 2 girls. In the room after that, he decided to place 2 more boys. And in the last room, there were 2 more girls. I want to make sure this is visible and seen. Is this
Yeah,
good?
very clear.
Visible and seen?
This is good. Yeah.
All right, looks good then. Now, to ensure the safety of the children in the rooms overnight, he made sure to put a lock on every single door so that they are absolutely safe. And we just so happen to be missing a lock, which is the Ace of Hearts. No worries, we shall quickly find it, place it in. So there was a lock on every single door. Let's square this up just so we could see. 2 boys, 2 girls, 2 boys, 2 girls, and a lock on each door. But for maximum safety and for maximum security, a guard was then placed on every single one of the rooms. This is to ensure that absolutely nothing happens overnight. And so night fell. What we're going to do is we're going to pick up these cards just like so. And the spectator, if there's a spectator, is able to cut the cards. Very simple, very easy. The cards can be cut. And this can be done over and over again. The cards can be cut over and over again. The spectator can cut as much as he wants until he feels content that the cards are cut enough times. So, once the cards are cut, they will simply be redealt in the exact same 4 quadrants as before, representing each of the rooms. Morning came. The king awoke. He decided to come up to all 4 rooms to check up on how the children have been. He comes up to the first door and opens it. Inside the door, he finds that all 4 of his locks were somehow in that room. Startled, he moves to the next door and opens it. Inside, he finds all of his guards somehow in that room. At this point, the king gets very curious as he opens the third door, in which he finds 2 boys and 2 girls chilling in the same room. And in the final room, the king finds 2 more boys and 2
Chilling.
more girls just so happening to
Chilling
chill in
with
that room.
Netflix. Yeah.
And I don't know how, but perhaps by magical sorcery, they were watching Netflix that night.
Yeah.
because
Game of
because
Thrones,
magic.
probably. Because magic. Wonderful magic, Dan. Wonderful magic. Have we got any viewers at all, or are we talking to ourselves?
We still have one faithful viewer still
Thank you very
watching
much.
corny magic with stories of medieval times.
Anything else you want to add on the deck?
The deck itself actually feels really nice. The deck itself is very, very light, which I like about it, as opposed to the plastic cards, or even standard bicycle cards I have felt with. I don't know why, but for some reason they just feel very, very light compared to other cards that I've handled with. In terms of people claiming that this deck is of better quality than other cards, I don't know about the quality. It actually feels like it's exactly the same quality as any other bicycle deck. So I don't know about that. If you like bicycle cards, then this is just another one of those bicycle
Yeah.
decks, I guess, generic bicycle quality. Let's see, if we take king, go. Okay, well that was not the best. 2 kings. Let's do that. Here we go. Eight of clubs. Take it. Keep a shake. Wow, I guess for some reason, cards that are like to stick together here. That's weird. Are there any questions that you have about the deck that perhaps other viewers might be curious about or wondering?
How much do they cost?
Well, I pick up my cards from my local pharmacy, and my pharmacy had them about the exact same price as a standard bicycle. Don't know if that's a mistake or that's supposed to be that way, but they were just about the same, which can range from $3 to $5 depending on the tax and depending on which pharmacy it is you go to. I find that prices vary depending on where you get your cards. But yeah,
Explain to
just
me
about the
what a
same.
pharmacy is. Isn't a pharmacy like a drugstore?
Yes, a legal drugstore where you get your
Why do they
prescription.
sell cards?
Pharmacies sell a lot of weird things. Originally, pharmacies used to only sell legal drugs and medications.
They do in the UK. They sell drugs and they sell drinks. That's about it. You all sound like a pound shop, boy. They have like everything. It's like a dollar store. You go in, you got your cards, you got your sponges, you got, cups, drinks, crisps, chocolate, everything. You're lucky if some pharmacies that you have a bottle of water.
I mean, yeah, the pharmacies that we have, they sell pretty much everything, including food, including toys, including
Toys?
standard life objects,
You
ointments.
don't get that in the UK. Yeah, ointments, yeah, that's medical stuff, but you don't get chocolates and crisps. It's healthy, Okay.
But yeah, that's
So how long have you known them to last, Gene, the cards?
we're talking about the
Dragon backs, yeah.
Dragonbacks. Well, this pack was not frequently used.
1970s.
The pack wasn't opened, or rather, the pack was not used frequently, but they have been lasting for quite a while, actually, that I've been using. I don't know if I should do reviews, actually, on my channel of brand new packs, because like last week, when I opened a Prestige pack, it looked really nice, it looked really well, but I don't know how well it's going to go in the long run. So maybe what I should do is have an initial opening and then a couple weeks later have a follow-up as to how the pack has been in performance.
Marvelous.
But I've used this for a bit, so this is not, of course, an initial opening, but they've been working fine. They've been working great. No problems at all, no complaints. And I actually love the fact that they feel so light. I don't know why. I don't know why it is. They just feel much lighter than most other cards. And in terms of the blue instead of red, it takes a little bit of getting used to. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna feel a little weird. And of course, if you are performing to layman, I'm sure this is gonna happen. It has not happened to me yet, but I guarantee you at some point they're gonna go, "Is that a trick deck?" At some point that's gonna happen. So maybe it's not the ideal deck to do for layman to perform with, which is why I swear by standard bicycles. They never fail me, ever.
Never.
Ever.
But I have something that I need to talk about after later. Actually, maybe we can talk about it now. I am switching from these to these. I'm going to be switching from Bicycle Standard to Phoenix. Now, I bet you're all saying, Harrison, you're out of your mind. You're crazy is what you are. Bicycle Standards are so much value for money. Yes. But with that value for money comes a price. You've noticed you can get sharp edges with the bicycles. And I've even seen misprints that have been found in standard decks. In standard decks, and the Phoenix stand, I've seen cards that have been misprinted, one side, failing inks, and all sorts of things. Now, it may be rare, but it's not something that you can stand for in casinos, and that's why casinos don't use bicycles anymore. I mean, if you feel the edges, they feel rough. And when you faro them, they easily start to become, you can easily juke a corner, can't you? And cause that corner to, start to fray. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And they're not very resistant to water at all. They start to go black along the sides when I start to use them. So I will be switching from these to these Phoenix. Now, they are slightly more expensive, but they are lighter, they are smoother, they have the same air cushion finish, but it's a different stock. It's a lighter stock, it's a thinner stock. It's more of an Aristocrat or a Tally-Ho stock. They're much more precise on the corners than a bicycle. It's very difficult to notice, but they are cut slightly differently, and they've got a finer edge to them than the bicycles. It's very difficult to see, but they do have a slightly nicer edge. The main feature for me has got to be when I'm doing stage and parlor performances is the larger pips. This, or let me just find another Ace of Hearts to match here. Just tell me which one looks easier for your eyes to see. That's all I ask, okay, Dan? Just tell me which one looks easier for your eyes to see.
I mean, compared to the Ace of Hearts, yeah, you could see that. Yeah, it's kind of small. Yeah.
No, even the Ace of Spades here, Dan. Look. You see the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that difference can be the means of someone seeing the card and not seeing the card. And I work for a lot of old people, I'm going to be honest with you. And their eyes aren't always good. If I'm on stage, they're not going to see that Ace of Hearts unless it's big. And so that's one of the reasons why I chose them, as well as the fanning ability, as well as the blank card that you get inside. It's just a deck that's designed for magicians. Matching jokers, so that you can do effects with those. Custom card faces, they're all customly designed for this pack. They're not just stolen from the regular bicycle cards. You get the blank card in it. This deck is just makes my life easier. So this is one of the reasons of many why I'm going to be switching to Phoenix. I've done a test trial of buying around 6 decks, half a dozen, and I am going to be slowly moving and changing to these as time goes by, because I just feel they're nicer, they're smoother, and they handle what I need to do much better. And even if you're just doing a double lift, it looks more like one card from the side view. Because of the thinner stock, it makes it easier to do double lifts and not be... Sorry, I shouldn't be saying double lifts. DLs and not be caught. And that is the reason why I'm going to be switching. I'm going to do a full review later on. That's just a taster, because I don't want to bore you with card reviews. So I'm going to be moving on to one of my favourite effects. Now, I have been delving whether or not I should do this review, because this is something that I've started using and I don't want everyone to know it. It's too good for everyone to know about. It really is. And don't let the pipe dreams fool you. Don't let the trailer and the ad copy make you think, no, this isn't good. This isn't something that I want. Believe me, this is something that you're going to want to do. I'm going to show you what it is right now. This beauty is called the Souvenir. It's to take a signed playing card and place it on a wine glass. This is one that I did earlier. I was going to do a live performance, but I don't want to do it and do it badly, because the way I perform stuff isn't always magician friendly. It works in the real world, but it's not going to work for magicians. You're going to see how it's been done, but the audience won't, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, you can scrutinize this card. You can look at it up close. You're going to find no markings whatsoever, It's a regular playing card, and it's on the wine glass. There's no tape that you need to use. You do it right in front of them. There is a little bit of a setup of making the gimmick, but it's all taught in detail, and it's just a fantastic giveaway. You give this away, and they're going to remember you forever. It's on there. It's not going to come off. The DVD could be longer. I mean, it's only a 20-minute DVD. But if you watch it a couple of times, you'll get the drift of it. And I think he might have purposely done that so that people don't buy it and, steal his routine. And he don't want everyone to be performing it. So he's made it purposely difficult for you to learn it so that you have to put the effort into it in order to get it working. Now, one problem I have faced with my friend Dan is he doesn't have any wine glasses. I say go to Walmart and buy one.
That's true. I don't have wine glasses.
Little Dan doesn't want to go to the shop and buy a wine glass. Take the wine glass with you, or use the venue's wine glass.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the whole point of the effect is that it is a borrowed wine glass and that it isn't your wine glass to ensure, the fact that it's not set up, right?
Well, what you got to do, you just got to plant it on the table or give it to the waiter to put on the table.
Well, the point I'm trying to emphasize is that it's not a gimmicked wine glass. It's not your wine glass that you have set up and gimmicked.
It can be any wine glass. It can be any card, to a certain extent. But the real thing is, it can be any wine glass. The wine glass is completely ungimmicked. But they've had problems. I've not had this happen to me yet, but people are known to steal wine glasses from the restaurants. That's why I would bring my own wine glasses in and have them introduced to the table so that they're not stealing their wine glasses. And then I'd have a sticker on the bottom with my contact information, website,
I see.
phone number, so that they look at it, they turn it over, there's me. And that, believe me, they're going to keep this thing. They're either one going to tear it off and rip it off the wine glass, or they're going to keep it on there forever. And you're going to go and do a gig for them. And you're going to see this sitting on their mantelpiece. And this has already happened to me. I've performed it a couple of times to very exclusive, selective clients of mine. And they've been blown away. And this has got me bookings. People say, can you do the wine glass thing? Yeah. But it's going to be an extra £50. But yeah, I can do it. It's sort of like the other stuff that I do with ice. I'm trying to create magic that is impossible and is remembered. And something like this doesn't come along often, and it's going to be remembered forever. They're going to keep that forever. It's an impossible object. They don't know how you got it on, and they witnessed it. Now they got a thing. They're going to take photos of this and put it on Facebook. He put my signed card on a wine glass. And then that feature comes up on Facebook where the memories happen. Whenever you post a photo, a year later, it reminds them to repost it. That's going to get you bookings because they're going to view that wine glass and they're going to think, yeah, I got a party this time. Yeah, I got a party this year, haven't I? That magician who did the wine glass thing, what was his name? Oh. You see what I mean? Do you see where I'm going with this?
Definitely.
It's not an easy thing to do. It's going to take some work, unfortunately. It's not an easy thing. You're not going to get it instantly. It's going to take... I've probably made about 50 of these gimmicks. Horribly. But you'll make the one that's perfect. And when you make it over and over, you get better and better at making that gimmick. And believe me when I say it's completely... can be scrutinized as close as you want, and they're not going to see how it's done. I mean, you can't see it on camera. I can't see it in person. Unless you know what you're looking for, you're not going to see it. You're really not. So that is what I think of the souvenir. It's not an easy thing to do, as I said. You are going to have to practice. It is a little angle sensitive at first. I mean, you're good from the front, but from the back, you're going to get a whole different trick. So that is one thing to consider. So that is the souvenir. It's by Henry White, and it is available by World Magic Shop. If you have any questions, I have to give it a 5 out of 10, 10 out of 5, 10 out of 10 rating. I have to give it I'll probably give it an 8 because it's not the easiest product in the world, but it is a fantastic thing to have in your repertoire. And if you want moments of magic people are never going to forget, this is the one for you. Any questions at all on it?
Just personally, I wanted to ask, is this accurate to compare to Gathering on a higher level, of course? Are you familiar with the effect Gathering? Borrowed ring?
Yes. I made a couple of gimmicks, but I never really performed it. Yeah, on the card. The gimmick is you have to make a gimmick similar to that, but it's not exactly the same. And I feel that this is a whole different level from Gathering because they're going to take the ring off the card. They're not going to take it off the wine glass. They're going to keep it on there. Whilst with the ring, eventually they're going to take it off, aren't they? With this, it's on there forever. They're not going to rip it off unless, they're mean spectators. No, some people do rip it off because they really want to see how it works and they'll scrutinize the card. But by the time they're taking it off, the evidence is destroyed. When you rip that card off, everything can be examined. Everything can be seen up close. And if they try and take it off, it's examinable. They can view it. They're not going to see how anything's done. Whilst I don't know if with Gathering, but at certain points, if they take it off, there's probably no evidence. But is there any souvenir, anything that they're going to remember about it?
Of course, that's fine.
They take it home. They've got the business card information on the bottom, or even on the card. I'm thinking of sticking another one on there with my business information on. So I've got two on. One with their card, one with the business card. Or even putting a sticker of your business card on the back. There's many opportunities. Or you could get them to sign the wine glass so that they know there's no switches. I sound like I'm selling the product, but I really do believe it's a good product. And it is available on our website. No, it's not. No, it's not. It'll never be available on our website because I don't want people learning this. It's too good. That's why I'm reviewing it right here. But this is a really good product. Any more questions on it at all? It is similar to the Gathering, but it's a completely different method. And you don't have to do it on wine glasses. I mean, you could do it on chairs. You could do it on mugs. You can put it, as long as there's a stem, a stem, you can put it pretty much anywhere.
See, I'm wondering if I should attempt it on this lamp that I got right here.
Thickness of the lamp. Yeah, you might have to make a pretty big hole, but I think you'll get it on there. Yeah. You might need to use a jumbo card.
Maybe next week we'll try.
Experiment.
Try to perform it in front of the camera.
I want to try and find a list of things that I can use with it that don't require any gimmicks, and that's going to be a challenge for me. Yeah, leave that with me because I am going to try and think of some ideas of things that you can use. I'd recommend though buying your own wine glasses and sneaking them in the venue because people will steal these wine glasses. You know it. Come on. You want to keep this awesome thing. You don't want to leave it at the table.
Of course.
So that is my review on the Souvenir by the awesome Henry White. Any questions?
There seem to be no questions in the comments, and that you answered all of my questions that I was wondering.
Who is viewing, by the way? Who's viewing?
I wish YouTube would tell us who it is. We have 2 viewers right now. We don't know who they are.
2. Thanks, man. You're really making a difference. You are. So yeah, that's Souvenir. Wonderful product. Okay, so have we got any guesses for these 2 cards right here? And Stefan, you're not allowed. You already won.
Is it possible for... Well, actually, have you advertised this anywhere besides the stream? Have you advertised it on social media or anything?
Not of yet. You can post it on if you want for me. How about you have a guess? I think I told you. Yeah, I told you.
Really?
Yeah.
I completely forgot, actually, to be honest. If you did tell me subliminally,
Really?
I don't even remember.
I didn't tell you subliminally. I said it to your face. Oh, Dan. I think it's time that I perform some magic. Just give me a second. Did you hear that, by the way? Did you hear that?
Some sort of metallic sound?
Yes. Yeah, I dropped a coin.
Ah.
As you do.
Oh, don't worry. It's the floor show. It's picking up.
Don't you use my gags. I'll sue you. I'll sue you, Dan Grosowski. I'll sue you.
Okay, Reaction World. Sure.
Yeah. I'll trademark XD. or review or magic. Now, I'm going to tell you in advance, this is probably going to be a terrible performance because I'm a terrible performer. But we're going to try this anyway. How many coins have I got, Dan?
I see 3.
3. I'm going to take 1. We're going to make it vanish. It's really gone right there. How many have we got, Dan?
I see 2 left.
2. Let's see. Hang on. 1 left to go, yes. How many have I got, Dan?
Well, it seems like there should be 1 in your hand.
Gone. That's my coin trick. And I think I'm going to do a review on it. Because this is something that I've been performing professionally now for quite a while. I bought it last year at the Blackpool convention, Deja Vu, and it's a brilliant coin trick. The coins come beautifully made. As you can see, it's quite different from your standard routine because this is the routine I normally perform with it professionally. I make one appear. Make one appear, and then I vanish it in the spectator's hands. So I get them to hold on to these 2 and squeeze, and then 1 vanishes. And then I'll do the next one in my hands. So I take the 2 and shake, and then you got 1 left. And then I'll make that 1 vanish as well. I don't know how clean that looked.
It looked pretty good to me, actually.
Yeah. My favorite move is the vanishing thing at the end because it's completely clean, nothing to be seen. And that's Triad coins. That's £40 and it's available on my stall at the end of the lecture. I'm joking. But it's a great trick. Ease of use, I'd probably give it about an 8 because it's a pretty easy to do thing. You just need basic sleight of hand for it. The vanish of the end coin does take a little bit of practice and is a little bit angle sensitive. I have people complaining about the angles when I've been rehearsing it to friends at colleges and things like that. But it's a pretty good routine. Just pulling the first coin from the kid's ear and then making the rest appear. It's fantastic. Overall, I'll probably give it about a 9 out of 10. I really like the routine. It's very good. I do wish, again, the teaching was slightly longer. It was like 15-minute teaching and that 20 minutes. It needs to be an hour. You need to do our DVDs, our routines, our downloads, not 15 minutes. So, yeah. Saying that, I've only got like 2 performances on one DVD, which totals about 20 minutes, but yeah. So overall, as I said, I'm going to knock 1 point off because simply, it's 0.5 off because, the short teaching. Apart from that, let's give it a 8.5 out of 10. Really good routine. Any more viewers?
Still the same. I guess they're lucky. They got to
2.
see 2 different reviews today instead of the 1. So that's cool. Bonus review.
Any questions at all?
We actually have a few guesses on the cards that you have.
Oh, lovely. Let's go then, you two.
So Joel Maroc is guessing King of Hearts and 7 of Spades. He says he doesn't know what the guessing is for, but he's guessing anyway. So, okay, Joel, essentially, at the beginning of the stream, and we're going to plan to do this every week, or maybe, I don't know. It depends how it goes.
Depends how many products we got.
So, at the beginning of the stream, we each did our own type of contest. That's what I'm looking for. We did a contest. I had a pack of cards in a bag, which was the bicycle back, which I reviewed during the stream. Harrison has 2 cards that are unknown. Their identities are unknown to us. So if you can guess before it happens which cards I'm going to review.
Not the Joker.
Thank you. So if you can guess which card I'm going to review that stream, or if you can guess the identity of the card Harrison pulled out at the beginning of the stream, you win. you win a prize. You win the giveaway. So
Someone has already won a prize, and you need to contact us within the next 30 days, or I'm sorry that your prize is going to go to someone more awesome. It's just the way the world works. You know, you got to be quick with these things, or the
we
other
have
one person might get him.
we have a question as to when we're revealing the 2 cards.
Pardon?
We have a question as to when we are revealing the 2 cards.
At the end of the stream, or if someone gets them right before the stream ends, then they will get it. You get up to 4 guesses, by the way. You've used, how many have you used? You've used 2.
Well,
2
he
more
guessed
left.
2 different cards. Do they have to guess both or just one of them?
Just one. It's just to give you an extra chance, you see.
Ah, very charitable.
Yeah, next time it'll be 1, or maybe even half a card.
Half a card.
Yes. Or maybe even just the pip. That'd be good, actually.
I think the card is the 2.5 of hearts.
No, it's the 9 3/4 of hearts. Well, they're going to be sitting on the table. Oh, did you get a flash then?
Nope.
The cards are too dark for you to see.
Yeah, it's safe.
That's a shame, isn't it? Also, I believe I did another contest if you can guess the name of this back before I do the review, and I've not reviewed it yet. And that's my iPad almost died. What happens when you have an amateur setup and you don't have access to your own room and you're shoved into the kitchen when the family take over and your iPad nearly dies and falls into the dog's food. Now, as I was saying, guess the back designer before I do the review, and you will also win some kind of... Oh yeah, you're going to win a preview before our next product is released. Probably going to be Harrison, Inside the Mind of Harrison Horton, which is my personal 4-hour interview. Was it 4 hours?
I believe it was somewhere around there, 2 or 4 hours.
Yeah, I was in depth and I talk about everything. I leave it nothing back, and I mean nothing. So we might have to do some censoring due to certain parts. If you recall, we do talk quite a lot about hypnosis in it. We go more in depth than yours, don't we? To talking about my stories and experiences with it.
Right, we definitely spoke about some of your interesting hypnosis stories.
I also talk about my mentality of... Yeah. Pardon?
The morality.
You want me to tell you one? Yeah. I also teach about the mentality that I have about approaching people, and how I really don't care if you're on your phone, if you're on a train, if you're on a bus. If you're somewhere, you're going to see magic. And that is what books me gigs. So I talk about that in depth as well. So Inside the Mind of Magic Man Dan and Inside the Mind of Harrison Horton. One is released on pre-order, but the others aren't quite out yet. We also plan to do others with different magicians. And I have a 4 DVD set which is in progress, meaning that the guy hasn't started filming yet, which is due to come out whenever we can get it filmed. Because getting this guy to be filmed is really difficult because he's a very busy performer. This guy has some astonishing magic you will have never seen before, including the distinctive signed card through coat. Yes, it's phenomenal.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so where were we before my slight camera malfunction happened?
We just finished reviewing one of the coin effects that you were doing. Perhaps we can move on to a little bit more magic.
Wonderful. Let me get my trusty phoenix. My forks, the phoenix. And yes. I'm going to do a trick which I've been performing now as a opener for quite a while. It's something that it's a very quick trick, so it's not going to take very long. It takes longer to set up. It takes about 45 minutes. It's not an instant reset neither, so it's going to be quite a while. So just entertain them while I set up Dan.
All right, no problem. So in the meantime, I'm also going to perform something real quick. Let's begin. So I happen to have a bunch of cards in this little case right here. Let's move the camera angle down a bit so you can see everything that's happening and everything that's going on. It's good. Let's see where my parameters. Right about there. That's good. All right. In here, we got a bunch of cards. Now, we have blue back cards and we have red back cards. Blue back cards right there, and the red back cards right there. I'm not happy with the fact that you guys are unable to see beyond a certain point. Let me see if I can fix that for you.
We can see you fine. That's all right.
All right, cool.
Yeah, everything's in focus.
So essentially, these cards are the 4 different queens from the pack. So I literally took 1, 2, 3, 4 queens of a pack, and I placed them aside. And I did the same with here. So we have 4 different cards from a red back, which are not any cards. These are the queens. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sticky fingers. I apologize. Now,
Who knows why?
essentially, I'm going to do a couple things with these queens. First, I'm going to ask you to think of a queen for this pile, and I want you to think of a queen for this pile. However, I don't want you to think of the same queen for both of these piles. So let's think of the black queen for this one, meaning a queen of spades or a queen of clubs. For this pile, we'll think of the queen of clubs or, queen of hearts or queen of diamonds. Spades, clubs, or hearts, diamonds.
Clubs.
Think of one of the queen for each of the piles. In fact, let's check and see if the comments have suggested any of the queens.
Fingers crossed.
Nope, not yet. So, Harrison, would you like to name a black queen for this pile and a red queen for this pile?
Kind of racist, isn't it? Queen of clubs and queen of hearts.
So, queen of clubs and queen of hearts.
Correct.
All right, cool. So here's what we're going to do. In this pile, I'm going to snap my fingers just like so, and the queen of clubs has turned over. I'm going to do the same for this pile for the queen of hearts, you said? Was it hearts that you had said?
Yeah, I was nodding my head, but you couldn't see.
Ah, okay. So let's do that. Just like that. So the queen of clubs face up now here, and the queen of hearts is face up now here. But let's not stop there. Let's take this a little further. On top of just changing the card face up, face down to face up, I'm going to switch the piles. So the queen of clubs will jump from this pack to here, and the queen of diamonds, no, the queen of hearts will jump from this pack to here. Right about this point, the center point, is where you're going to see the cards switch. So watch carefully. You might be able to catch it. It looks like that. Did you see it happen? I'm guessing if there's a nod.
Yeah, there was. I didn't see it happen. No.
You probably don't believe there was any switches. You don't believe there's anything that magical happened at all just now, don't you?
Nope,
You
I
think I'm
don't.
going crazy.
Nothing
So,
happened. You're going crazy.
all right, let me prove it to you. You said queen of clubs is going to be turned face up in this pile. That's the card you chose, correct? What's interesting is that in this pile, every card except for the queen of clubs is face down. And in this pile, you had stated queen of hearts. And it's interesting because in this pile, the only card that is face up is your queen of hearts. But remember, I said there was more to this. I told you that we're going to take it a step further, that we're not just going to flip a card face up. We're going to switch piles. So what I found really amusing is the fact that if we take a look at this queen of hearts, it's the only blue back card amongst the other red backs. And if we take a look at this queen of clubs, it just so happens to be the only red back card amongst the blue cards. But you know what?
Wow.
I was actually cheating. Did you know that I knew you were going to say what you said before this even began? Before this even
No.
started, I knew you were going to say Queen of Hearts. I knew you were going to say Queen of Clubs. I knew it because all the other cards
Blank. Blank.
are jokers. See, it's a joke.
Oh.
I knew that was going to happen before you even said anything. If I turn them all over, they're all jokers.
Very good. Very good. I'm going to perform something really quick right now. It'll take like 5 seconds. I'm serious. So, this is one of my favorite things to do to open with a group. I'm going to show you two cards. Are you colorblind at all?
No, I am not.
So, what color are these two cards here?
To me, they seem to be red.
Are you sure? Look closer.
Hmm, that's interesting. They
And
turn to
then you can
black.
sort of. Yeah. That's something that is available on Shimshi's Magic Up Close. It's a fantastic DVD set, and I've been using this move ever since I came across it about 2 years ago. So it's a fantastic little move that you can do, and it looks really good. So yeah, that's I don't know what he calls it, but it's a cool color change.
Looks a little like the
Now it's
paintbrush
time.
change.
Yeah, it's kind of a variation on it. Now it's time to go back in time to a time when Harrison was stupid. It's time for some magic nostalgia. I'm going to show you something which I independently created when I was about 10 years old. Independently. This was named the H Change, and it even made it to the wire submissions list. The H Change. Now available on penguinmagic.com. The ultimate change of all time. Change of one card. No sleight of hand required. Really sleight of hand required. Change of two cards. Sleight of hand required. Bonus variation. Vanishing card. And then appearing card. H change. Available now from no magic stores. So that's magic nostalgia for you. More than magic nostalgia. Next week, you'll be getting to see Mint. Any card at any number, which I came up with when I was about 11 years old. Hopefully, you've got some magic nostalgia for us, Dan.
See, that's the thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, are there any effects that I used to perform a long time ago that are just impractical and I don't perform anymore? I definitely got to do some research of that. Maybe I'll bring some crazy magic next week. In the meantime, Joel commented,
Hey,
it's 1
Joe.
a.m. in Sweden,
Is it a
and
guess?
he says it's 1 a.m. in Sweden, and I'm getting really tired, so I will leave soon. I like these streams. I hope you will continue with the streams. If it is possible, um, if it's possible, I would like to have these streams earlier so that I'm able to watch the entire episode. Yeah, this is what I was
Yeah,
mentioning.
I would like that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta change the
Um,
timing.
Possibly we could do it at about 6 p.m. or 7. What if we do it? What if we do it at 7 p.m. UK time? So that'd be 8, 6, 5, 4, 3. That'd be like 2 p.m. your time.
Hmm.
Could you do
What
that?
time is it in the US again? Wait, you said 7 p.m. UK
UK, so it'd be like 2 p.m. US.
to US.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Let's see. There are some people that are actually
Can we
unable
do
to
2
watch due
till
to
2
religious
till 6
purposes.
US time?
Between 2 o'clock and yeah, that would actually be a significant that would significantly make it earlier before sundown. Because some people have told me that due to religious purposes, they're unable to watch. Certain religions are uh, prohibiting the use of electronics on Fridays and Saturdays, and I think Sundays.
That's new to me. That's weird. That's new.
We'll try that. First and foremost,
to
thank you
research that a
so
little
much,
bit.
Joel. Thank you so much
Thanks,
for
Joe.
liking the
If have
stream.
you just before you go, if you got any more guesses, you can have like 2 guesses right now. Any guesses before you go? Quickly. Come on, Joe. I want you to win. Thanks for signing up for the mailing list, by the way. I appreciate it, man. Come on.
So yeah, try to guess Harrison's card,
Sit
and
here all day.
and thank you so much for liking the stream.
2
Your
guesses.
support is
1 for each card.
awesome.
So you get 2 guesses for this one, 2 guesses for that one. Come on, quickly. Come on, Joe. I know you want to. I'll give you a hint. One of them's red. That probably doesn't help at all.
Stefan is back. He's
Hey, Stefan.
he's asking what we're guessing.
These 2 cards right here. These 2 cards are what you are trying to guess. They are playing cards from a regular deck. Have a guess. How many viewers have we got right now, by the way, Dan?
Currently, there's 3.
Oh, we got an extra person. Thank you very much, man. We appreciate it. Have a quick guess of the cards. If you win one of our products. Come on, we're giving away stuff here. It's costing us money, you know. Come on. I'll give you a hint. They're not jokers.
Well, okay. Joel gave a guess. He believes 3 of clubs and ace of diamonds. Stefan is guessing 5 of hearts and ace of clubs.
5 of hearts and what?
An ace
5
of clubs.
No, sorry, man. Sorry.
And Joel's second guess is 4 of clubs and 9 of hearts.
Congratulations, Joel. You've won. You've got the golden ticket. Yeah, you won, man. So, yeah, just comment to me. If you go to harrisonhoughton.com, there's a contact form. Fill in what you want, and you will get it sent to you straight away.
That's awesome.
So the prizes are become a magician. Yeah, we want you to win, man, because like you're a serious someone who's dedicated to this podcast. You stayed up till like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., 4 a.m. waiting and listening to us ramble on it, all sorts of stuff. You're a dedicated fan. We wanted you to win, and you got it. And I was like, oh no, he was like one off. And you got one of them, which means that you can have Become a Magician Volume 1, which is now available. Become a Magician Volume 2, which is not created yet, but you'll get it as soon as we're done. Inside the Mind of Magic Man Dan, which is our 2-hour discussion with Magic Man Dan, where we talk about all sorts of stuff. It's not quite ready yet, but I'll try and edit it as fast as I can. Or if you want the raw footage, we'll send you that, and you can just watch through that. There won't be any editing applied, so you get to hear me ramble on a bit more. But you're welcome to have that. Or you can have a live Skype session with me and Dan, so we'll talk about stuff. We can chill together, hang out.
And let's not forget about Inside the Mind of Harrison Houghton. That's also a product that we're going to be releasing.
Yeah, that's not available yet, but you'll have first dibs on it, and you'll get it as soon as it's ready. It's not ready yet, but you'll get it as soon as it's ready. Or you can be on the next episode or this episode of Magician Friday. Make your guess. Go to harrisonhoughton.com/contact. Fill in the form. Say who you are. I'll tell you what, no. Private message me. Are you on Facebook, Joe? If you're on Facebook, go to Harrison Houghton and just private message me. Or if you leave me with your full name, I'll contact you as soon as I can. Just contact us some way so that we can give you a prize and tell us what you want.
Sounds good.
Are you still
That's
there,
awesome.
Joe? Can you respond at all?
Thank
you very much. There's still 1 card left, guys, if I didn't flash what it was.
So,
Is there a response?
Yeah. Joe is
What
happy.
Did he say?
Stefan is congratulating him, and Joel says thanks. So you're welcome. We're happy you won.
You're very welcome,
and that's awesome. We got 2 winners. two winners in one episode of the stream, which is pretty cool. That's
I
awesome.
know.
We hope to use this
Yes,
as
fantastic.
incentive, to get more interaction. This is my vision of the stream, the interaction in it, and I'm glad that this is happening. This is perfect, exactly how I pictured it to be.
So, Joe, how are you going to contact me? You can go to the website. You can, I don't know, contact me any way you can. Facebook message. I would say phone me, but you're in like somewhere where it's going to cost you like £10 a minute or something. Skype messages, maybe. Don't know. Just leave a message of what prize you want on the stream before you go, and I'll send it to your email address because I got your email. Or I'll email you with more information, depending on what you want. It all depends on how soon you want your prize. Any response?
Let's see. Stefan's asking, who are the winners? Oh,
The winners.
The irony.
Stefan won.
The irony. The irony is because we were doing two different giveaways. One was
You both won.
that. So
yes,
I think
Stefan.
let me check the comments. I think that was in the very beginning, Stefan, you guessed Dragonback Virtuoso. I was reviewing the Dragonbacks during
what I want you to do.
They were in the bag, so you got that right. So Stefan won one and Joel won one.
Yeah. So what you need to do is the same as Joel. You need to send us. So is it Joel or Joel? I don't know. But you need to send us just if you want to now. Just reply below. No one's going to see this after the stream's over anyway. Just respond with which prize that you want. You've got Become a Magician Volume 1. You've got Become a Magician Volume 2. You've got Inside the Mind of Magic Man Dan, which is on pre-order. You've got Inside the Mind of Harrison Horton, which isn't available yet, but you'll get it as soon as possible. You've got a live Skype session with us, which is, we can chat and chill and answer questions and learn magic together and stuff that we can't teach in this podcast. We can't teach everything in here because we're limited to, certain rules and regulations of the magic societies. Or you can be on the next episode or even this episode right now of Magician Friday. So
one of the questions is,
and you can get your prize.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Pardon? It's what?
No, I'm saying one of the questions was, the question is, how do we spell our names so we can they can contact us on social media like Facebook.
Okay. So if you want to type this below, Harrison Horton, HARRISON, HOUGHTON. You can also go on my Facebook page, which is Harrison Horton Magic, HARRISON, Magic, or go to Harrison Horton. I'll tell you what, I'll set up the page right now. I'll set up a private page just for you guys. It'll be up in a couple of minutes. Go to harrisonhorton.com / what could we have / winners, maybe? Let's go with products.harrisonhorton.com / winners.
Well, what I'm doing is I'm putting our information right now in the comments there so they can contact us. But cool. I've actually recently made a Facebook page, which is something I should have done a while back. I'm actually starting to get a little bit into social media.
There's also a Magician Friday Facebook page, which we recommend that you follow to keep up with stuff, because we're not just going to be doing stuff on YouTube. We're going to be doing streams that are exclusive Facebook users, streams that are exclusive for people who are viewing on Facebook, and they'll only be available through the Facebook page in the future, as well as posting goodies, access to, things like the Magic Buyer's Guide and things that are first. Because that's sort of our contact area. That's Magician Friday Facebook page. But do contact me as soon as you can. If you could contact me now, that'd be great. That way, you just private message me or something. So that way I know what you want. So if you two could do that, that would be fantastic. How many viewers have we got now?
Currently there's 2. But
2? Same people? Lovely.
Maybe. I think it was the perfect way to wrap up this episode, I think. We have 2 winners. Soon. It's been How long has it been? It's been
Not been 4 hours yet.
4 hours. Well, we don't necessarily want this to go on for 4 hours, not to mention there are people that are, depending on the time zones, kind of late.
I still haven't got through my deck review yet.
You reviewed the Phoenix. What do you mean?
Yeah, but I didn't review this one. This
Well,
was the original one.
All right, so that's incentive to tune in next week. So next week we'll watch Harrison review.
You can't do that. You can't do that. We need. And just like, are you still there, Dan? You're
Yes,
sort of
I'm
glitching
still here.
out. Also, next week, unfortunately, there's only going to be one card for me. One card to win. One card. And it's going to be a little trickier because I don't want everyone tuning in winning. I only want the people who are awesome like you two. You know, we don't want some random person who's only on for 5 minutes coming in, winning, and then leaving now, do we? But have they contacted us yet? Are they still here?
I put the information in the comments in the chat, so they should see the Facebook groups. Oh, also, Joel says that he sent a PM to you.
So. Oh, let me have a look. Let me have a look. Make sure it's the right account because he might have sent it to one of my fake accounts.
And in the comments, Stefan has claimed that he would like to be in the next episode of Magician Friday.
Awesome, man.
So
you're here.
So that's cool. I mean, you were asking about the guest appearances. I guess you'll be our first one. That's cool.
Yeah. We'd love to chat about magic and life, and give you some advice on magic. Joe, I'm just looking for your face. Are you still here, Joe? By the way, if you could just respond, that'd be useful. That way, I can just check that your private message has been received. It might have gone to my junk. Aha, there you are, Joe. There you are.
Stefan is asking about our emails.
Emails. Harrison, I don't want to give it on this podcast. What I'll do, just type it below.
Okay.
I think you know what mine is.
Let me check. I think there's a few of them that I know about yours. Is it the AOL one by any chance?
It's Harrison Horton Magic at that one, yeah. Yeah,
oh.
just okay. I'll tell you what, just give yeah, just give that one, that's fine. Joe has contacted me, that's good. Just add him as a friend real quick. Congrats for everyone who won, and thanks for everyone tuning in. We didn't get as many as last time, but we got more selective people who stayed around for longer, and that's what we want at the end of the day.
All right. So the emails are posted below in the chat box.
We do prefer Facebook message because it's much quicker. I don't always check my emails, But you will be on the next stream of Magician Friday. What we will do is we will send you the link to the group about 10 minutes before we go on air. It's not always that because, we were a little late today because we had some technical difficulties. But we'll try and send it to you as soon as we can. That way you can get access to the stream and you can be part of this. We're going to interview you and stuff. And yeah, you're going to get involved. And if you want, you can even choose the playing card for the next contest. How does that sound?
That would be
awesome. So thank you for everyone who tuned in. We really appreciate you investing your time in live magic. That is not... Okay.
You still there?
Yeah, I just got a message, that's all.
I see. Okay. So again, like Harrison was saying, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate the support. We hope to keep growing and making this even more entertaining for you guys. So this is all possible because of you guys. Thank you so much, honestly. Good night. because I'm sure it's night in every time zone right now. And double MD.
Not Australia.
Oh, really?
Mm,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
All right,
Hmm.
double MD. I'm out.
I'll see you guys later.